So freshing is about the power of continual change, constant, continual, forward-moving change. It's like taking baby steps with a brand. It's the best way to innovate today when budgets are tight, there's not a lot of appetite for risk from brand leaders, yet consumers in this world of social networking desire and almost demand continual excitement and information and news and newness and freshness. That's the idea of freshing, letting what consumers do every day in their lives, in their social network life, and bringing that thought process into branding.
And one example you talked about was RBK, which is part of the Reebok brand, which Arnell Group worked on freshing. Can you talk a little bit about the concept of freshing and how it applied to the RBK brand?
So freshing isn't something you'll get on a brief from a client. Freshing is something that you have to do based on your know-how and your own intuition and your gut and your feeling on how do you generate heat and newness for yourself and your friends and your audience as a person. How do you bring that to a brand? So when we were asked by Reebok to get that 15-year-old sneaker buyer back into their franchise, we ended up creating RBK as a sub-brand. And it was because it wasn't part of the core brand. We had a lot of freedom with it. We tried a lot of things. We had a lot of flexibility. It was a brand that was built on rolling change. It responded to the marketplace. It responded to ever-changing consumer needs and desires. And it built itself just for that audience, as that audience sees itself and builds itself in its relationships with its friends.
And what are the main takeaways you wanted seminar attendees to get from the workshop today?
The main takeaways of freshing?
Yep.
Okay, so main takeaways of freshing are, think of a brand as a friend in your network, or a friend in a network. And how does that friend keep relevant? And how do you innovate in smaller baby steps that get you to the same place in the same amount of time than maybe one larger, grander innovation project? It gives you more news, it gives you more things to talk about, it gives you more ways to be active out there to your audience.